In the years before her retirement, Misti Copeland had largely stepped away from the ABT stage. First due to a back injury, then through the pandemic, then while raising her son Jackson, born in 2022. The stage she returned to in October 2025 was one she had been absent from for 5 years. The body she returned in was one that had been quietly failing her for longer than she had admitted. My doctors, they were just like, "I don't think this is a good idea for you to push for this performance." And I said, "Well, I've already agreed to it." The diagnosis that awaited Copeland when she finally submitted to imaging told the story of a career written in cartilage and bone. In her left hip, bone spurs that had grown in response to years of compressive force, a torn acetabular labrum, significant cartilage loss, the smooth articular surface reduced to rough, irregular terrain that ground bone against bone with each step. She was barely walking in the weeks before the performance. Her doctors urged her not to go on. She had already said yes. The American Ballet Theater's Fall Gala of 2025 was organized as a farewell celebration for Misti Copeland, a star-studded evening at Lincoln Center. Oprah Winfrey gave a speech. Debbie Allen spoke. The tributes were lavish and deserved. And then Misti Copeland danced. She danced through bone spurs, through a torn labrum, through cartilage that no longer existed. She gave no indication to the thousands watching that anything was wrong. The ovation was long and golden. I was barely walking before and somehow, mustered up the strength. At the evening's end, she symbolically hung up her pointe shoes. Within weeks of her retirement, Misti Copeland underwent total hip replacement surgery. The procedure involves removing the damaged femoral head and replacing them with prosthetic components. For a 43-year-old woman, it marks the definitive end of one physical life and the beginning of the work of rebuilding another. In February, she shared footage of her first steps, moving slowly down a hospital corridor, steadying herself with a walker. The woman who had once suspended herself in midair with apparent effortlessness was relearning to walk. This has been Episode 4, The Final Bow. Visit unbedsidemanners.com for more stories.